moves it around like a Rubik's Cube. That's kind of weird. All right, welcome to another School Principal Reacts. If you don't know me, my name is Brandon. I'm a high school principal from the U.S. state of Georgia. Taking a look at another episode of SpongeBob SquarePants based on your recommendations. This one is called The Getaway. Have not seen any of this one. Don't know what it's about other than there's probably a getaway involved. And I see this rather menacing still frame of Mrs. Puff. I know you all tend to recommend Mrs. Puff related episodes to me. So based on your recommendations, I'm going to take a look at this one today. Just a reminder, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel or consider becoming a channel member. Let's get into it. The Getaway. Nice intro theme. Ooh. Just like so many other episodes I've seen, they all start with him doing driving tests that ends up being like really bad. And they're in a graveyard. I remember there were a couple of episodes where Mrs. Puff had him do his driving test in another place so that maybe he would feel more comfortable. But this is kind of a weird option.
I suggested having this lesson in the cemetery because I thought you couldn't kill anyone here. But now I'm afraid you're disturbing the dead. Before they bury me, get me to a payphone.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And once again, this is one of the later seasons. So at first I was really surprised by that kind of disgusting look there with them being buried. But then I'm like, of course, it's season 10. It's one of the later seasons. So it's going to be really edgy and disgusting like this.
I need to call another instructor for you. I just can't take it anymore.
Okay. I guess that worked. So he can back up. Maybe not.
You stopped in front of the prison. Any place is better than in this boat with you.
What's she doing? Okay. All right. And there's your premise for the episode. And did you hear what she said there? She said, any place is better than in this boat with you, which goes back to the whole Alex bail theory. And she wants to be in jail because there's no SpongeBob. So, and I don't know what this guy's doing. Sounds like he's busting out of jail and there's going to be a getaway. And we're going to see where this episode takes us here.
What are you waiting for? Step on it!
You must be the new driving instructor. Student driver, that's me. I just don't take a bad picture, do I?
They're just sitting there.
I'm your new driving instructor.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the way they wrote it is he is able to somehow get him to drive decently, somehow, some kind of way. But let's see.
Breaking news. Notorious criminal Sticky Fins Whiting has just escaped from prison.
Didn't want him to hear that.
Radio tuning skills.
SpongeBob! I can't believe I said that.
So there's the actual getaway driver.
Now, you ain't Sticky Fins.
Now step on it.
Ooh.
Yes, ma'am.
She's able to intimidate the getaway driver. That's pretty funny. And so obviously they arranged for this getaway driver to be there, and the criminal that broke out of jail thinks it's SpongeBob or just thinks that, you know, he's there. So let's get him to drive me away. This is kind of interesting. They're after him.
Oh, Crater Face! We're being followed!
Crater Face.
I thought it'd make me look cool.
What?
Not the tail!
Here's your tail.
Cops behind us! Drive crazy!
Drive crazy. He's an expert at that. What? Okay. Yeah. And he says, drive crazy. And, you know, for most people, driving crazy, you'd have to try to drive crazy, but not SpongeBob. That's perfectly fine with him. And he takes his brain out and moves it around like a Rubik's Cube. That's kind of weird. Look at that face. Look at that face. That is an insane face. That almost gives me nightmares. Look at that. There's something about the eyeballs coming out of the sockets. That's enough to give you nightmares right there. And of course, season 10, this is the kind of stuff they do. Crazy. That is crazy. That's what he asked for.
Wow, he's driving like a psycho. Who taught him how to drive?
Mrs. Puff. Mrs. Puff taught him how to drive. I mean, she's like, she doesn't want him to know, but I bet he'll end up losing the police, though.
Good
Okay.
day, B?
That's too much.
Say, how's my ultimate?
He's sophisticated. Oh, that's funny. And so many times, even in the few episodes I've seen, I say few, but compared to all the SpongeBob episodes that exist, I guess I've seen only a few. But they always like crash through houses and then they come out of the houses like this, like they have some element of something in that house on them. I've seen that quite a few times.
Simply smashing!
Mm-hmm.
You're simply smashing into things!
Oh, no.
Let's see what's on the menu! Ooh, I'll take those!
Oh, he's robbing them. Robbing them while driving through the restaurant. Okay. Wow. It's the chef up there.
I'm in the middle of a driving lesson.
Go! Go, Mom! Look out, you maniac!
Called him a maniac. Ugh, that's gross. Driving backwards.
Great, Inspector. What now?
Yeah, he turned it around, but he didn't change the direction they were traveling. Yeah, that's SpongeBob for you.
Go with the flow!
Go with the flow. Now what?
Looks like they shook us. Don't worry, we'll find them.
Carnage.
They'll probably revoke my teacher's license for this.
Mm.
Hey, I'm a teacher too. I teach all kinds of things.
Mm.
Safe cracking, burglary, getaway driving.
Mm.
I did notice you're a very good driver.
No.
You're
No.
Such a bad passenger.
No. No. Let's not, please.
My.
Jewelry.
Here's your next test.
There's so many times where, just for the purposes of the plot, they sort of invent a new institution. I've seen Bikini Bottom University that only appears in one episode. I've seen the Opera House that only appears in one episode, and now the jewelry store. I've never seen this before. And it makes sense. Wasn't it a little clamshell? I guess because there's pearls inside. That sort of makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Distracted drivers are dangerous. I want you to distract that salesman in the store.
Yeah, he said distracted drivers are dangerous. That's the most realistic part of this episode. I recently read or saw a program actually for high school kids where that is what they said. It was an anti-drunk driving kind of presentation. And they did say distracted driving was actually much riskier, or they saw more accidents based on that than anything else. So he's right about that.
I don't understand how this is going to help with my driving.
It's abstract thinking.
Abstract
Hey,
thinking.
I've heard of that. Distract with the abstract.
And you need abstract thinking for driving a boat. Why? That part I don't really get. What in the... Okay. This is pretty wild. Look at this. He's like transformed himself into some sort of optical illusion with little miniature versions of himself walking up and down optical illusion style stairs of himself. This is a little crazy, but very typical for the later seasons of SpongeBob. That's so weird.
Hey, shapes and noises. I love it.
Electronics. I like it. So weird.
Whoa!
So weird. Okay, he's stolen all the... Is that a VCR? It looked almost like a VCR. Haven't seen one of those in quite a long time.
I need to launder these bills.
DVD
Fast.
player,
I
maybe?
know just the place. But first, let me adjust
Blu-ray.
your seat.
Ooh. What's the big idea?
Boat wash. Okay. Wow.
What's wrong with you? I think your sponge should be around here somewhere.
I didn't even feel you slowed down. You've got such a gentle foot on the pedal.
Gosh,
She's all impressed by his driving, I guess. That's kind of weird.
no one's ever said I had a gentle foot before.
Oh,
That's pretty disgusting. The little boils or whatever that is. That's gross.
SpongeBob!
Where's that jerk honking? Go, drive!
Trying to get his attention.
Sorry about your gentle foot.
Driving range. They play golf in Bikini Bottom. Golf balls.
How's my driving?
I didn't know they played golf in Bikini Bottom, but okay.
Oh, that kind of hurts, don't you think?
Ow, 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 ow.
Ugh, so gross. Season 10.
For the love of Neptune, get out of here!
Oh, yeah.
That's gross. Coral field. Oh, oh man, that's so gross.
I just want to know.
Does he want to go back to jail now?
Would you like to test me on road signs now? Let's see.
I bet he wants to go back to jail.
Stop. No left turn. And that one over there says falling rocks.
Wait, what?
Just he gets hit, not SpongeBob. Ooh. All right, here we go again. Another police chase.
SpongeBob!
Mrs. Puff!
Sticky fins! Dorsal fin! Help me!
The new instructor's been teaching me so much.
That's
as
not
much
your
as you,
instructor.
but, you know, different things.
You gotta keep your eyes on the road.
He hasn't told me that one yet. Whoa!
Oh, no. So gross. This looks very familiar. This looks right out of Doing Time, where they go off the cliff and down just like this one, except it was Mrs. Puff and SpongeBob.
Get me out of here!
Oh, you must be hungry. I've got some of Gary's snail snacks.
Ugh. Oh, that's gross.
This is the police.
They're just... How are you supposed to pull over like that?
Right turn! Make a right turn!
He wants to go back to jail.
Hi, Professor.
There's the warden. There he is. Never seen him before, really, but I remember him from the Alex Bale video. There he is.
Yes! I'm back! Hey, Neptune, don't let me out ever again! It's not safe out there! Lock me away forever and ever!
Solitary.
Warden, I found this one pulling up outside the prison.
Dorsal Dam, a notorious getaway driver. Toss him in the clink.
I'll wait for you, my little tender boy.
Now she's back with SpongeBob.
Hey, where'd the new instructor go? Oh, well, I still have 10 minutes left on my driving lesson.
That I've never understood. So SpongeBob will have these driving tests or driving lessons, and the most insane things will happen during the lesson or during the test. And after all the insane things and the crashes and everything else, at the end he's like, so did I pass? And here he's saying, oh, I still have 10 minutes left on my lesson. Like, this is all just a normal part of a lesson. That's just silly beyond silly.
Oh, Mrs. Puff.
She's had it. Yeah, she's lost it. Now she wants in.
Throw away the key. It's not safe out here.
Ooh. It took them a long time to fall, didn't it?
Ride safely and always wear your seatbelt.
Okay. All right, well, that's the episode. Nice little, almost like a public service announcement there at the end about seatbelts. So, yeah, I enjoyed that one. That one was not as much about the school, but really, really featured Mrs. Puff. Thank you for that recommendation. Enjoyed it. It was kind of gross in some spots with just some disgusting images there with them going through what they went through to run away from the police and all that crazy stuff. But I did enjoy it. It was pretty entertaining. Please keep those recommendations coming. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I do appreciate it. Most viewers of this channel continue to enjoy the content, but actually aren't subscribed. So please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll leave it there, and I'll see you on the next video here on School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.